Hello, I want to show you today how to make an interactive puzzle using Google Slides. This puzzle I'm going to use myself in my rotation classes. I'm a specials teacher, so I have a new group of students every 9 weeks of the school year. So my thought originally was to make the grid 45 squares or rectangles, which is what I did since I have 45 days per term. And the students will get to uncover one square or one rectangle from the picture each day of class. So that is where my idea came from. I think you could use this in many variations, which I will go through toward the end of the video. Right now though, I just want to show you the basics of how to set up this puzzle. Linked under this video is a link to make a forced copy of this very presentation that I'm showing you on my screen right now. My thought is you can start from this starting point, and I will show you how to customize this and make it your own. And then you'll have kind of a template to work with from there. So the first thing, if you don't want to use the photo that is displayed on slide 1 as the under part of your puzzle, so that's what's going to be revealed as the students take away the squares, you can easily change that. I have this set up so that that photo is actually the background of my slide. So rather than choosing a color for my background, I chose an image and I have that embedded into the presentation. That prevents the photo from being moved around under the pieces when students are removing the rectangles. So let me show you first how to change that photo. You want to make sure that you have that slide and only that slide selected on the left, and you'll be able to see that because there will be a yellow area around the slide on the left. And if you have this toolbar in the middle, you'll just select background. And if you hover over it, you can see that it says change background, and it will bring up this box. You're going to, instead of choosing a color, you're going to choose an image. And I happen to have the images saved on my computer. I find that that's the easiest way to import these images into my presentations is to already have them saved on my computer in a special folder. You can, however, do some different things. If you want to take a picture of yourself or something else, like if you wanted to hold something up in your photo and take a picture from there, you would choose the camera option and then use this yellow camera button down here to snap that photo. And then you would click on insert and put that right into your presentation. The other one that I use is Google Image Search, but I tend to search for the images before I start the presentation, or I search for them in another tab and then just save them to my computer and grab them for the upload button. So upload again is what we're going to use today. I'm going to click on browse, and I'm just clicking on recents because I've been working with these pictures now for a while, and this is the photo that I want to insert. So I can either double click on that photo or I can just single click and then click on open, and that will insert it as the background of my slide. So then we click done and we can see that our picture has changed. Now let's say this is the picture that you're going to use. The next step is pretty easy, but you have to be very careful about how you click. So we're going to click on the second slide on the left, and that brings up our grid of numbers. I have the numbers set up and scattered according to the parts of the picture that I want to be revealed. I, of course, don't want to reveal the whole quote in the first 10 or 12 days of class. I want to reveal most of the outside first and then reveal the words in the quote toward the end of the student's time with me. But it's up to you how you want to set those numbers up, and I will show you later in the video how you can change and customize the grid itself. But for these purposes, I'll just show you first how to overlay the grid onto your picture. What you want to do is start in the left top corner, and you're simply going to click and hold down and drag until that box is all the way around your slide, all the way around the grid. And then you'll release, and when you release, this is what you should see. You should see the outer blue box around the whole slide that has the little square handles that would allow you to resize. We are not resizing. We're going to leave this exactly as it is, but you should see that box with those handles. You should also see that each individual numbered box has a blue box around it, but there are no handles on those boxes. Once you see this, you are just going to copy this. We're not going to cut it. We're not going to do anything crazy. We're simply going to copy it. The easiest way to do that, especially when you have multiple things like this selected, is to use your edit menu and click copy. That leaves it there, but then it also enables you to go back to your first slide where your picture is, and we're now going to edit and paste, and that lays that grid right over your picture. If you click in the gray area again, that unselects everything. Now you have a perfect grid over your picture. At this point, you're going to want to take this slide and make it in a new presentation so that you can use it with your class of students that you're using it with. So in order to do that, we want to make sure that we have that slide selected so we can see the yellow around it on the left side. And we're going to go up to File and make a copy. And instead of doing the entire presentation, you're just going to do Selected Slides. And that at this point you can name it. So I'm going to name mine 6th grade interactive puzzle. And I'm just going to save it in my drive. Click OK. And now you're going to have on your screen the new presentation. So this is actually the puzzle that you are going to use with your class of students. So let's say on the first day of school, you bring this up. My intention with my students is we're going to do this as a class activity. I'm not going to give each of them a copy of this or anything like that. We're going to have it will just be housed in my drive, and each day I'll bring it up to reveal another piece. So first day of class, it's the end of class, and they're going to reveal box number 1. This is important. If you click on the number, you will see the double blue box. That is not what we want to see if we are getting rid of a piece of the puzzle. So we're going to click off of that, click over here in the gray area, unselect it, and you just want to select so that there is a single box around that 1. And then simply hit the delete button on your keyboard, and that reveals the first piece of your puzzle. The next day, you're going to find the number 2. Make sure you just have that single blue box with the handles around it. Hit delete, and there's the next piece. So each day, they're going to delete another piece until the entire picture is revealed. And there is the finished picture. Going back to the original presentation, this is the one that we made the copy of to make this my 6th grade class puzzle. So going back to this, I just mentioned earlier that I would give you some variations on how you might use this. I was thinking that you could change the numbers to letters. So if you have younger students and you wanted to do an alphabet activity or a number recognition, you could do number recognition. You could also do letter recognition or letter sounds. Just a fun little interactive game for them to play. And for that purpose, you could give each of them their own copy to use in whatever learning management system that you use. But in order to change these numbers, it's very simple. You simply double click on the number that you want to change. You don't have to ungroup anything. You don't have to play with any formatting. Just double click so that the number itself is highlighted and change it to whatever you would like. So double click and type. Double click and type. A math teacher, even a higher level math teacher, could make problems and have the answers displayed in a grid like this and have students solve the problems and come up with the answers and uncover the squares as they go. Things like that. So there really are many, many, many different variations that you could use this for. I hope this was informative. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out in the comments section below. I hope you're able to use this. And also in the comments, if you have any other ideas for how this might be used in the classroom, I would welcome those ideas as well. Thank you so much for listening and watching, and have a great day.